Welcome to another episode of Black as Black. Hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you can get notified for the next one coming up. I'm excited today. I have a guest from my hometown of Mount Vernon, Illinois, and she's been leading a pretty interesting life so far. And I want to bring her on. As I said, she's a Mount Vernonite, a veteran, a mother, podcaster, I think, and a author. So let's get her on here. And it's Monica Owens.
That is correct.
How you
First,
doing? Was I correct on all points?
yes, you were.
All right. I did my homework.
Okay, that's a good thing.
That's right.
How are you doing today, Rich?
I'm doing good. And yourself? How's the weather?
I am doing well. I live in Arizona. It's hot as heck out here.
Ah, so you're not in Mount Vernon.
No, not at this time.
I got you. Well, I'm in Tampa, Florida, so
Oh, are you?
yeah. And it's hot down here too.
I bet, but not like not like Arizona.
Yeah, don't you guys have like the dry heat down there?
Yes.
Yeah. I was out there in New Mexico one time. We was putting an elevator in Farmington, and it was hot, but I wasn't like really feeling it. And one of the local guys says, "Boy, it's going to be a hot one today." And I said, "Oh yeah." And he goes, "Yeah, it's already 114." And I'm like, "No way." Because, Illinois, if it was 99, it would have felt like that.
Right. Right. I tell you, one day it was 118 degrees.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh Lord. But in the wintertime here though, it's nice. It's really, really nice.
Right, right. Well, it's kind of like that here too. The humidity leaves, and we have to wear coats and sweaters when it gets in the 50s.
Yeah, we I wore a jacket and sweaters. That's about it.
Right, right. Well, let's get into this thing. So tell me, where did you attend grade school?
I went to Lincoln Elementary. Well, first I went to Buford and then I switched to Lincoln. Wait, thank you, first of all, for having me on your show. I didn't
Oh, no problem. It's no big deal. I enjoy doing it, and I keep seeking out new faces to bring on that have something that may be interesting to any audience I might have. So I appreciate you taking the time out, Monica, to
oh,
do this.
no problem. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Okay, so grade school. Obviously, I know where Bluford and Lincoln is up there on the north side of town. And then, of course, high school. You went to Mount Vernon High, I suspect.
I did.
What year
And I
did
went
you graduate?
in 93.
93. Okay, well, I'm obviously got a year or two on you. I graduated in 75.
Just being born. Oh,
uh, did you attend college?
I did. I went to Everest. I have a degree in medical insurance billing and coding. I am now working on my RN. So, and trying to do a little film school also.
Oh, nice, nice,
Yellow Brick.
nice. Well, listen, tell me, when did you join the military? And thank you for your service, by the way.
You're welcome. You're welcome. In 93, right after I graduated high school, I left for the military. And the crazy thing about it was I didn't have a choice.
Right.
um, Man, I was headed for destruction.
Mm,
And brother was like, okay, here's your choices. You can go to the feds, you can go to the graveyard, or you can go to the army. I said, okay, I'll go to the Navy.
there you go. Yeah, good choice, huh?
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about on my screen it says aircraft carrier CVN 69. I don't know what those letters mean, but explain that to us.
So CVN 69 is an aircraft carrier, and that's where it's like 5,000 people on there, and that's where the aircraft they come and land, like in time of war, things like that. So,
Refuel and
yep,
yeah.
yep,
So it's almost like a floating city then if 5,000 people's on there.
yes, yes. And I happen to be in one of the groups that had the first set of females on there
I see.
because
I see.
women couldn't be on there at first.
I got you. So tell us how, like, like I said, it was like a little city. So tell us how, um, were there like little shops and stores and places to eat and get your hair done and stuff like that on there?
Not to get your hair done, but in your birthing. Your birthing is where you live at. And now they did have a little mall, and then they had two other stores. But I mean, supplies go just like that. As soon as we get more supplies on board, they go just like that. So
It snaps them
that,
up.
yeah, you got to know somebody to get what you want.
I got you. I got you. Where all were you deployed?
So I was based out in Norfolk, Virginia. I went to Italy, Spain, Greece. I went through the Panama Canal, Israel, Turkey.
Wow.
I
You
think
did
that's
you
it.
did quite a bit of traveling, and that was a great experience for you, I would assume.
Yeah, and right before I got out, I was in Bahrain. That's right by Saudi Arabia, and I think it's 20 miles from Dubai.
Oh, really? Really? Dubai, that's quite an interesting place.
Yeah, I didn't go though.
Right. Um, so children, how many children you have?
I have three young men, um, Malik, Tyleek, and TJ. They are all grown. Thank you, Jesus.
All right.
And one has four children, and another one has one child. So I have five babies.
Five grandchildren. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on that. I have six.
Okay.
I'm just
Thank
one up on you.
you. Oh, and a shout out to Lily. Today is her birthday. She turned 4.
Happy birthday to Lily.
Thank
Um, let's get into one of your accomplishments.
you.
A book here. There we go. Um, tell me, it says it's inspired by actual events. When did you develop the idea that, hey, I'm going to sit down and write this out, make a book out of it?
So I was just journaling at first, and so I kept telling my sisters, I said, "You know what? I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna write a book." But they was like, "What are you gonna write the book on?" I said, "I don't know."
Hmm.
So I just took my journal and I was like, "This is the book. This is the book. A family's betrayal. This is the book." And they was like, "Okay, okay." And
Back trip.
yeah, we would do stuff, and I'd be like, "I'm putting that in my book. I'm putting that in my book." And
How a
they
lot over what kind of time span did it take from the conception and deciding to write the book till the publishing of it?
so it took me a while because there were things in the book that I needed to work through. So the book was a healing experience for me, definitely. Because I never healed from getting raped. I never healed from having to face the person that killed my dad. So
Mhm.
I held that on to that anger, and I mean, I really held on to it. So it took me a minute. It took me some years because I had to work through a lot of stuff, a lot of things.
Right.
And
It was kind of a vent for you at the same time.
yes, so um But I think the book is funny. I think it is. Um, I think it motivates people, and I don't know. I just really think it's funny.
Yeah, I smiled. I laughed out loud a couple of times when as I told you before, I had gotten the book and I had read it, kind of read it, sped read it. And then I gave it to my mother. And so whenever I decided I wanted to talk to you, uh, I would had, kind of forgotten about what all it was about and everything. I had a general idea. So I bought another copy and read through that. So I'm two copies in for you, right? Hey, by the way, how's the sales been?
They at first they were really up, um, but now they're just like steady. It's still selling. I do go to pop-ups. Um, I have had two book signings, had
Hmm.
one in Atlanta and one out here in Arizona. But I go different places, travel to some different places. So it's out here in the world. It's even I because I can see where it's being bought at.
Right.
I bought one in Alaska. So yeah.
That's
So we
crazy. I wonder if there was any connection back to Mount Vernon from the person in Alaska that would have caused them to say, "Hey, I'm going to get that book."
I never thought about that. Yeah, I wondered that too. Now that
Yeah,
you
because
said
it'd be kind of odd, really, for somebody just out of the blue, just find it first and then say, "Hey, I want to buy it," without it striking some kind of a chord with them, I would think. Could be totally wrong.
no, but no, I that could be right. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, somebody's moved away or has family there or something.
But I went to Cali for a month out in LA,
Hmm.
and I different places out there and talked about the book and talked to the younger generation, about being motivated and that you can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens you. You just got to keep at it and you got to trust and things may hurt and yeah, family are family, they hurt the worst.
Right.
I nobody says family hurts the most. They know how to they know all your little ticks and teas. So,
Your soft spots.
yeah,
Yeah.
I well, you have to make a choice to change.
Right.
Um,
Um, the publishing, I'm taking it from stuff I think I've read, but that you basically funded the publishing yourself, or did you have somebody pick it up?
I did. I self-published. Um, I can't even remember the company that I self-published through, but they went out of business.
Oh, so it's probably in the book, isn't it?
It's probably, yeah, on the back. I'm not sure. Oh, I done got my glasses on. I'm looking like I can see.
I'm looking here in the front and it doesn't really say. Well, it
Yeah,
doesn't matter. I was just curious about the actual process of publishing the book. So you submitted it to someone and then they did the binding and made a book out of it, basically.
yeah, they actually did the editing also. I know it doesn't seem like it because I seen there's a few mistakes in there and I apologize for that. But yeah, I came up with the cover though. I was like, well, I started at first I had a tree and it had different things hanging off of it. But then I was like, no, just a tree. It's cool. Just a tree.
Right, right. Future plans for any other books, any other topics?
So I am writing a part two. It's gonna be a trilogy. Um, oh, excuse me.
Mhm.
I am I'm just about done with part two. I'm still working through some things, and then my mother passed and she didn't really like the book.
My
So
condolences.
thank you. So it's been kind of hard. Like I keep going back and forth. Are we gonna publish it? Or are we just gonna write it for healing? Are we gonna publish it or are we just gonna write it for healing? So I
Right.
keep going forth because she passed and I don't want I don't want all the problems that I had at first with the first book.
Right. Right. Yeah, that was my next question here. Was there any backlash when you published the book?
Oh Jesus. Wanted to fight me. And I'm just like, the book is not about you. You're not even in the book. No character is even based on anything about you. And I mean, I had people that wanted to fight me. Um, I had family members that, well, my mom passed last year, that just started talking back to me when my mom passed,
I see.
but they were mad at me about the book.
Right.
I have people that don't talk to me anymore. But what I will say is this: one of my sisters, her and I did not talk for like 5 years,
Hmm.
and um, when I was getting it published, I went out to where she lived at. She lived in San Diego. I went out there, and we sat down at lunch, and I told her, you know, my book is coming out. You might think that it's a character in there that's close to you, or you know, you
Right.
will see yourself. And we talked, excuse me, and she said she was okay with it, but then she wasn't. But now the book wasn't just a healing experience for me, it was a healing experience for her also, because now we talk every day.
That's good. That's good.
And my mom and I, we we had a rocky relationship, but after the book came out, she was hurt at first, but then, we got past it and we went back to loving each other.
Right.
So, like, it wasn't just a healing experience for me, you know.
Right. Um, if you don't have any issue with it, could you mention your mother's name?
My mom's name is Ellis Marie Kelly.
Okay, I don't know. I know quite a few people that you probably know in common, so I was curious if it was someone that I knew. Um, but we'll get to that a little later. I want to move on now. I read something about WBGR Entertainment. Who are they?
Okay, so I used to have a talk show called
Mhm.
Mo Real Monica, and I stopped it because I moved out here to Arizona and I was going through some things, and I just, I didn't want I wanted to go through it with all my fans, but I just didn't know how.
Right,
So I quit it, but I'm thinking about starting it back up.
right. Yeah, I seen something entitled Mo Real.
That was the name of my talk show.
That was a talk show. Okay, that's what I thought might have possibly been a podcast or something, but it was just a radio type show.
No, I was on actual television. It was based out of Baltimore.
Oh,
Hmm.
well,
I mean, you
that's
you can Google it, and the talk shows will come up online also.
I didn't get that deep into it. I'm not sure now because I've kind of developed my questions over a period of time since when I first connected with you, and so little bits and pieces here and there I kind of pulled together, and so I'm not sure how I even stumbled on that, but at any rate, I assumed it was probably like a podcast or something, but you're saying it was an actual on-air TV show.
Correct. It was. It,
Nice, nice.
thank, thank you. I need to
Well,
get back.
trying to move along here. I As I was putting this together and reading the book, and I'm sure like everybody else that read it, they assumed that certain characters were certain people, maybe even themselves, when they
Correct.
weren't. But
Correct.
growing up there, I had a lot of friends that we probably would know in common. I'm going to read some names off and see if you recognize any of these people. Um,
Okay.
one of my best friends, I everybody called him Tootie, but David Woods.
Yeah, I know Mr. Tootie.
Yeah, yeah, we ran together for a lot of years. Of course, his daughter Candy Jackie and mother Ursie.
Well, Candy is married to my brother. I don't know if you know Mr. Wu.
I do. I
Yeah,
do.
that's
I
my old
see. Yeah,
Lord.
that's I remember Mr. Wu had the barber shop down there on Perkins and by
Yeah.
the
Oh yeah,
Precision.
yeah, he did have the one on Perkins, the blue building.
Yeah, yeah, it was down there by Precision National, the train place down there. Uh
You know, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
that's
One
right.
of the things in the book, Runaway Girls, that chapter, I don't know, I think it's like maybe chapter 15 or something like that. Before Mr. Wu had that barbershop, one of the scenes happened in that building. It
Ah,
was before, way
interesting.
before the barbershop. Because I
Right,
was a little,
right, right. Another gentleman that just recently passed, I think it's a nickname, but we called him Butch Rudd.
yep, I know Mr. Butch.
Yeah. Butch always sitting out in the front yard there under the shade tree.
Yep, is that 12th Street? Yep, 12th
Yeah,
Street.
on 12th Street. Yeah, I used to stop in there probably with Tootie and we'd chat, drink a beer or something, you know.
Yep,
Across the street from him was another character that, and I, again, I don't know, I can't remember his real name. I know it, but
Mr.
everybody referred to him as Hippie.
Mr. Larry.
Larry, that's it. Larry. Yeah.
No, he still has
Um,
those dogs.
is he gone?
No, he still has those dogs. Remember, he had
Oh
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
still have.
I'll have to check on him next time I'm in Mount Vernon. I hadn't seen him in years. He was a recluse. He pretty much stayed in the house because he's out walking the dog.
Yep, yep.
Um, back to Tootie again. There was a whole string of those girls, Shirley and Cree and Pinky, um, Rabbit, Clarence,
Uncle Clarence is something else. I call him Unc.
Unk.
But
Now
all,
we're talking about one eye Clarence, right?
yep,
Yeah,
they're all,
that's what I call after he lost his eye. That's what I used to differentiate between him and Clarence Mays. I said, all right, you're one eye, Clarence.
they're all.
Let's see here. What else have I got? I jotted all this stuff down. I was like, wow, I didn't realize I had so many from my faded memory. Donnie Black, my cousin,
Um, he passed.
he
Right.
did.
That's
Uh, I'm
um.
sorry to hear that.
Thank you,
What about a gentleman that lived down, can't remember what street I was, referred to him as MC.
Mr. MC. He passed also a few
Yeah,
years.
he was pretty old even back then. He used
Yeah.
to live catty cornered from what we called Pickle Park.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Over by the baseball field. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
He passed.
Seacliff and Roland, of course, and Goob, you know them.
So I was just gonna ask you, do you know Mr. Mays?
Yeah.
Or what? Do you know Roland? He was my music teacher. He taught me how to play the violin.
Yeah. No Roland for years, and Clarence, and what we referred to Larry, I think, but everybody called him Goob.
Gooby Mac is what I call him.
Yeah,
Gooby.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I remember used to drive down 12th Street and see their mom. She'd be out walking the dog, had that big head
Miss
of gray hair.
Maggie. Yeah.
Yeah, Maggie. Yeah. There's another character that used to run into down there once in a while that we called Toot Toot.
Oh, everybody know Tutu.
Yeah, Toot Toot.
That's what he's saying, but we know who he is. I know who.
Right, right. Um, girl I went to school with and still communicate with via Facebook, Rosebud.
I know Bud.
Yeah, yeah, Rosebud. Of course, then there was John Kendrick, Debbie.
I think I think Mr. Kendrick, I
He's
think
passed now.
the father, I think they both passed. I think.
Yeah, I know he did, and I don't know much about Debbie after I left Mount Vernon. There, I don't see her kicking around on Facebook or anything, so I don't know. Wesley, you know Wesley?
Yeah,
Yeah,
uh-huh. I talked
yeah.
to Will, and he's married to to Roland's daughter,
Okay,
Trish.
yeah. I communicate. We have some political comments back and forth with him. He's actually been wanting to get on here, and I've been busy and haven't really had time to devote to much of it. And so Ben Barner, too tall.
Yep, he just had a birthday.
I seen
Uh,
that. I actually wished him happy birthday on Facebook.
yep, he
Yeah,
just had
it'd
a birthday.
make him about 67, 68, I guess, something like that.
I thought
I,
he was old. Yeah,
I think he was a year or two old. I had him in a class, maybe a couple of classes when I was in high school, but I think he was older than I was.
yeah.
And the last one I had on my list was a guy by the name of Penny World. He was a tall, slender guy. I think he seems like, if I remember right, there was a foster home on the corner of something and 12th Street that several kids lived there. And he lived there during high school years or whatever. But you remember that?
No, I did not. I don't recall.
I can't remember what that street was. It might have been Casey or I can't remember, but I remember knowing that's where he stayed. Um, Anyway, yeah, I'm sure there's more we could go through, but those are the ones I'd be in here sitting at my desk and I go, oh, I bet she knows. Oh, I bet she knows this name.
Oh, all of them,
Yeah,
except person.
yeah. Future plans. We talked a little bit about you're going to try to do a trilogy or considering a trilogy.
Yes, I am. I just soon as I can get past the second one here on my thoughts, I'm sure I'll probably publish it
Right,
book, but um I just got some things I need to finish working through.
right, right. Well, I wish you luck with that. And I don't have anything else unless there's something you've got to promote or say.
I just want to say you can get A Family's Betrayal. You can get it on Amazon, Kindle, Kobo, Barnes and Nobles. You can get it at Walmart and Target, but they charge extra. So I normally don't tell people Walmart and Target. Or you can or go to your library, your public library, and order it from there.
Oh, okay. All right. Sounds good. Well, Monica, I appreciate again you taking the time to sit down and have this little chat. I will take this and do some editing and stuff. I'll throw in my wife is a silversmith and works with silver and turquoise, and so she's my sponsor. I throw her ad in there, and I'll get it. I'll try to get it wrapped up, and I will send you a link to it via Messenger, so you'll
Okay.
know when it's ready to publish, and then I'll put it up on my uh, YouTube channel, Black as Black.
Okay, well, thank you so much for having me. Thank you for thinking of me, and thank you for reading the book. Did you think it was intense?
Pardon me?
Did you think the book was intense?
I thought it was a good read. I probably made some assumptions about people and whatnot as I read it that probably weren't, I don't know. And I told you, I said I'm not going to grill you on who this was, who that was. That we'll leave that just like it is for everybody to have the same wonderment about it. Yeah.
But
So don't want to stir up anything fresh.
I know,
All
right?
right. All right.
Well,
Well, I'm
thank
going to let you go and I'm going to go to work on the post editing of this thing and try to get it up this evening sometime. And I
Okay.
appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Good luck in the future.
Thank you. You
Bye.
too.